Now we are on YouTube. All kinds of crazy things happening. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It is a beautiful day in the great state of Texas. And I'm just going to quickly share all the questions and stuff, or all the fact that we're live on Facebook and everywhere. Let's hit mute on that. Okay, now that is live there. All right, hey, let's get on Facebook. Hopefully everybody's starting to roll in. Looks like it. Good evening, everybody. Hello. It's good to see you there, Bill, Larry, Travis, everyone else. I just realized I didn't put the little breaking news banner up. Let's kind of do that real quick. If you're hearing me on YouTube, say hi so I know that you can hear us. All right. Hi, everyone. Robert, Jason, Harvey, Bill, Larry, Travis, John, Mike. So many people here. Great to see you. Yeah, Mike, I just saw that. I'll have a post on that very shortly. Hello to everybody on YouTube. It's great to see so many people. We're really piling in quick today. A couple things. Don't forget, we're at Court Cars News on Twitter, youtube.com/Court Cars News. Also, I'm kind of thinking of playing with the timing on this. My wife's job is changing a little bit, and she is not going to be able to be here during this time frame typically. I'm kind of thinking about either moving this back half an hour or maybe an hour back, or to 8 p.m. Eastern instead of 7 p.m. Eastern. Or I'm considering maybe switching the day on it. Does anyone have any preference on that? Would you rather see us move it 1 hour back, or maybe move it to a Sunday or something? Would love to hear what you all think. But we are live. If you have a court cutting question, please post it in the comments, either at facebook.com/Court Cars News or youtube.com/Court Cars News. On one of those two feeds. Those are the two I'm looking at. I know there is a lot of people out there who'll be looking at, who share these videos, especially on Facebook. And sometimes I don't see your question if you're not posted on facebook.com/Court Cars News or youtube.com/Court Cars News. Larry says, I'm thinking about buying a Tableau. If you like it, Tableaus are great. I actually have one here in my house that I use every day. All right, so I think we're live. So anybody object to maybe moving this back an hour? Would love to hear what you think. Mondays, maybe possible. The general concept though is, 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern may just not be a good idea. So if I switch days, I may move it no matter what back to 8. Do what's best for me. I'd like to see if we can get as many people here. No matter what is happening, is there won't be a Q&A next week, just so everybody knows. A little heads up. I'm heading to the NAB show, National Association of Broadcasters. So I will be at the convention next week. And I may or may not be here, but it's easier just to say I'm not because my schedule is going to be pre-booked. Hate to say I'm going to be here and then not. So don't plan it next week. Watch. If I can do a makeup time, I'll post about it on social media. Rick asks, will PlayStation View ever get Pac-12 network? Possibly. PlayStation View's been pushing for more sports ones, so very possible. DirecTV now on Roku or Android TV anytime soon. Patrick, no updates on that, unfortunately. Mikey, thank you. He says, love Court Cars News. Thanks for all that you do. It's been invaluable to me. Cut the cord about 2 months ago. Do you know if potential ESPN over-the-air channel will affect ESPN 3? Over the top, OTT instead of OTA. No, I don't believe so, but we don't really know what ESPN is planning for their standalone subscription service. So, unfortunately, we just don't know enough to answer that question. Sundays, a lot of people are saying that we should do it on Sunday. I've debated a Sunday night one, maybe around a 7 p.m. Eastern again, but that's a little tricky too, so I don't know. we'll see. Anybody have any objections to a Sunday night Q&A session? Would love to hear your feedback. Guide on Fubo TV's bad. It's pretty basic, and it's very different depending on what player you have. So keep them coming. Think Comcast streaming service will launch this year? Yes, Terry. The rumor is it will launch this year, but of course they haven't even officially announced it. All we have is leaks to Bloomberg. Bill says, anything about NBC locals on DirecTV now? No, some markets I believe already have it. Actually, I know that some markets already have it. But as far as renegotiating and get all of them, there's been no updates. All right, so keep it coming. And as always, if you want to support Court Cars News, go to patreon.com/CourtCarsNews. Give $1. Really, those dollars add up, and they really help us keep the site going. So patreon.com/CourtCarsNews. And you pay through PayPal, you can pay through a credit card, however you want to pay for it. I'm supposed to be catching up on Fast and Furious before my friends and I go out Friday. Not finding on Netflix or Prime. Often when new movies like that come out, they pull them from those services to make you want to buy them. So go in there and rent them is my suggestion. I was trying to think if for a second there I thought they may be on sale on Amazon, but I don't see them on sale on Amazon. So Fast and Furious, yeah, it's pretty typical that the prequels and so forth will be pulled from net streaming services before a new show goes live. That Nitro service you're talking about there, Victor, is a piracy service, not legal. Yeah, well, no football now. We can worry about football this fall. So, there's Wednesday night college football, and I'm a bigger college football fan, so there's always something. Check Redbox is another one. Yeah. For some reason, I thought they had a deal going. It may be one of those things that the sale is already over. I thought I saw some Fast and Furious there. I like the Sling TV on the Roku Premiere. Works great. Good to hear, Jason. Happy to see that you enjoy that. Am I just missing things on YouTube? I see a lot of people watching us on YouTube, but I'm not seeing any questions. So if you have a question on YouTube, feel free to post it. I'll do my best to answer it. We're getting up to about 100 people already, so that's great to see. But a lot has been happening this week, so feel free to ask questions about cord cutting yourself. I'll do my best to help you. What's in the news? Questions about Court Cars News and so on. Would love to do my best to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. Rumor is, movie fan, that Hulu Live will launch mid-May. Or sooner. May get an official announcement first week of May, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Nothing official. These are rumors leaked from a source at TechCrunch, but it comes from a pretty reliable source at TechCrunch. Yes, Sling TV did get added to the LG TVs today. You will find it in the LG WebOS in 2016-2017s. I think the 3.51 version will come soon if you have the 3.5 OS for the 2016-2017, but it'll be there soon. Paul, no more cities have been announced for YouTube TV, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it is nice. Anytime one of these streaming services, Nick, gets added to any device, it's great because it opens up more people. So coming to LG, a pretty big seller of smart TVs, that they now have that there. That's a pretty big deal. Is DirecTV Now better? I would say it's more stable than it used to be. Content, all that is pretty much the same. As though some other people are saying that DirecTV Now is reverting back to its bad ways. I can't say I used it today, but it seemed to be pretty stable over the weekend. All right, so keep those questions coming, and let's see what I can do to help you all get the most of your cord cutting experience. Let me share this video one more spot. Get this in the group so that more people can see it. All right. Which service you subscribe to? I subscribe to all of them: DirecTV Now, PlayStation Vue, and Sling TV. And Fubo TV. So I got them all. but that's part of the job. Any word on Tableau Live for the NVIDIA Shield? Coming soon is all they say. I got to play with it at CES. It's pretty nice. The nice thing about that stick on the NVIDIA Shield, even though it doesn't network to all the devices, if you just own an NVIDIA Shield, is it's super fast channel switching. Using it on a network is a little slow. I mean, it's not horrid. It's a few seconds, but the Tableau is the Tableau Live for the NVIDIA Shield stick is almost instantaneous. Hello, Tim. Welcome. I'm on my week 3 Tableau use. I recommend it to those who can pick up local channels. Yeah, I use Tableau. So I had Sling come over the week. If you didn't see the article, I posted it in the review section. And they did the whole antenna setup on my house. And they came and they hooked it all up and wired a line down into my office area. And I hooked a Tableau up to it. So now I got an attic antenna wired in through the Tableau to all the devices in my house. Highly recommend it. You think the streaming service bubble will burst in the future? Yes and no. I mean, statistically, not all the streaming services will succeed. There's over 100 of them right now. There's over 100 subscription-based. I'm sure there's more free ones out there at this moment. So some of them will fail, but I don't think this is like a bubble that's going to pop and all of them are going to fail. But, you know, this is not, I think it's less of a bubble, more of a free market where the best services are going to survive, the worst services are going to fail, and that's the great thing about a service like this is those who create something great will continue to succeed. Do you think the innovative cord card solution are off the table with the Donald, excuse me. I'm reading two people saying, no, I don't think FCC is going to do anything to negatively affect cord cutting. There's been nothing to negatively affect it. If anything, the current FCC emissions in the end will be the best. Will be good for cord cutting. You look at them; they just approved the new 3.0 over-the-air standard, which is going to bring 4K over-the-air TV to cord cutters. Nothing the FCC has done has been a negative impact on cord cutting. Is that an amplified antenna? The one that Dish installed is. So yeah, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about right there. I'm in Puerto Rico and none of them are supported here, even though we're part of the U.S. Well, Lester, next time you vote to become a state in the United States, then you'll probably get access. In short, even though that you're a U.S. territory, because you're not a U.S. state, the rules are different. I'm not defending that. I'm just saying that's how the system works. So if you want Sling TV, you got to vote to be a U.S. state. Which, you know, statistically or mathematically or whatever you want to call it, will probably happen in my lifetime. Which would be pretty cool. Say the 51st state in the United States of America. Do you think... okay, let me refresh this. Facebook's doing that annoying thing where it's not... I gotta keep refreshing it. Is the TiVo Romeo OTA 1 gig DVR the best choice for DVR? You know, Ray, TiVo's not bad. I think you pay kind of a TiVo price on that. There is a premium price you pay for TiVo. So I'm not against it. If you're willing to pay the price, it's a good DVR. Very nice user interface. So yeah, Tableau, Channel Master, the other two I would recommend for DVRs and cord cutters. Always happy to help. There, Lester. Hopefully I'm giving the right information. We work hard to make sure. Is DirecTV now True HD? It depends on what channel you're watching there, Paul. But yes, it is True HD, I believe, once again. But, you know, I haven't looked at it recently. Seems like every day it's a little different. Does Dish Network do installation for outside antennas? Yes, John. Go to Cord Cutters News. Click on the reviews tab. Look at all the reviews. You'll find it probably number 1 or number 2 right now on the review list. I did a full review of the installation process, or did I post it on the blog? I don't know. Just do Dish antenna install in the search box. But $90 for indoor, $99 for an outdoor or attic antenna, $150. Local taxes may apply. I'm very impressed with that. So, what is a good antenna for free chairs? Mohu's a good brand. Turk's a good brand. Antenna Direct. Those are kind of the 3 brands right now I'm recommended. Mohu antennas, Antenna Direct, and Turk antennas. Right now, to Robert's question, I have more viewers on Facebook. So Facebook is a bigger one. I got 30-some thousand Facebook likes, and we have about 13,000 on YouTube, which is, again, why. If you're not on our YouTube page, youtube.com/CoreCarsNews, and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate if everybody on our Facebook page would also subscribe to YouTube. So if you want to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. All right. Any news on channels being added to Sling Blue or Orange? No. They have added others, but they've been add-ons recently. If you want to get add-ons, they've been putting new channels into different add-ons. So, but I haven't heard of any recently being added to the core package. I have that brand and it's struggling. Joe's, what brand are you talking about? I just see I have that brand that says 25 miles. I'm not sure which one are you talking about. So, Kid's asking what is cord cutting? Well, that's kind of a long question. You can head over to Core Cars News. I did kind of a post about that recently. But in short, cord cutting is anything that breaks you free from the long-term contracts of traditional paid TV. So that could be a free service or an antenna, or that can be paid services like Sling, DirecTV Now, Netflix, and so on. Yep, Heartland's the newest add-on it's got quite a few nice channels in there, if that's what you're kind of looking for. Lester asked, what's my thoughts on YouTube Red or YouTube Live TV? That one's tough. I like it a little bit, and I also think they've made some errors. I think it's an error to only have YouTube's TV service on Google TV devices. So Android TV with the Chromecast feature, Chromecast, and Chrome browsers, and so on are the only ones to support. No Roku, no Fire TV, no Apple TV, no even true Android TV app, which is a little weird. You have to use the Chromecast feature to do it. So I think that's going to really hurt YouTube's TV there. YouTube TV, I think overall is good, not great. I think they're leaning a little too heavily on the idea that, hey, we have locals. So I'd like to see them do a little bit more work on the add-ins. I'm not a fan of that DVR. I know it's a long time, but basically what they do is anytime they have a DVR show available in their on-demand, they delete your DVR, replace it with the on-demand version, which doesn't allow you to skip through commercials. Very annoying. So I think they could do better on that. Let me refresh my Facebook page. What do you think of lava antennas? You know, Randy, I haven't used one. If they want to send me one, I'd love to see it. William, yes, Toast.net. I looked for some ISPs that would offer AT&T customers data cap free service. There's a few. Talked with several, and Toast impressed me. U.S.-based customer service right here in Ohio, USA. So that U.S.-based customer service, good plans, no hidden fees. What the price you see is the price you pay. Includes everything, which is really nice to see. So love to see it. Toast, 2 thumbs up. I have an Amazon Fire Stick. Is this as good as a Roku? I find that the Fire Stick is a little bit slower than the 2016 Roku. They both do mostly the same things. If there's something an app or a service that Roku has, they do have quite a few that the Fire TV Stick doesn't have. The Fire Stick has a few that the Roku doesn't have. So just get whoever has the device you want. The performance isn't huge. I do think, though, that the Roku does do a little bit better with more power-intensive ones. If you go to my YouTube channel, you search Roku versus Fire Stick, a couple of videos will come doing side-by-side comparisons there. My Boxer versus Shield tablet, which do you prefer? Well, I would prefer the Shield box, the streaming player, versus the My Box. The tablet's just a traditional tablet, which actually my daughter has right now. She's out in the living room playing with it while mom's not back from work yet today. But my suggestion would be is get that. You can't really compare the My Box to the tablet. They're very different devices. So hopefully that answers your question. Tim says he had a lava antenna, was not impressed. So all right. I can't get Toast in my area. No AT&T service in your area. Sorry about that, Robert. It is just kind of what, with all ISPs, they're not available in all markets. Joe's streaming service you mentioned, Fubo TV. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes. It's like Sling TV, like PlayStation View, Fubo TV. Go to cordcuttersnews.com. FUBO space TV. FUBO space TV. You'll find a full review there. Or go in the review tab and go back a few reviews. You'll find a review of it there. They've been around a while. They were traditionally a sports service. If you wanted to watch soccer and other similar sports, they were there. But they've branched off into live TV. So check that out. As full, if you go to Core Cars News on Google Plus, we're there. I don't really use it as much as maybe I should, to be honest with you, but it's there. That service you recommend there, Charles Maddock, however you say your name, is probably a piracy service. I'm 99% certain that's a piracy service. What is a good internet speed to get for streaming on Netflix and gaming? Now, for streaming, the bare minimum I recommend, if possible, 20. I cut the cord with 10, was able to do it and run several HD streams on Netflix, but I would recommend 20 to 25 as a base. If you're a gamer, it gets a little bit more complicated there. I love gaming, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Team Fortress 2. Civilization 5 has been sucking up a lot of my time recently. I had to kind of cut that one off. I have 40, and I run this site, and I run gaming, and I stream stuff. It works pretty well. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit more, but it's good. For just streaming, 20, 25 is good. 40. Don't resist the temptation to go crazy and spend tons and tons of money on high-end ones. So that's my recommendation for that. William asks, what is your thoughts on the Roku Premiere Plus? Highly like it. I got it sitting right back there. HDR, 4K streaming, powerful processor, point anywhere remote, Ethernet port on it. $100. It's for $100. It's probably the best player out there in that price range. I like it. It offers HDR, which I like a lot over the Fire TV. And so past that though, personal preference. There's a few more check boxes on features for the Roku Premiere Plus than the Fire TV right now. But we have a new Fire TV probably coming out at the end of the year. So when that comes out, we'll have to wait and see how they all line up after we learn out what the new Fire TV has. Seen the esports channel on View yet? How is it? It's not launched yet, I don't think. Maybe it did. We reported on last week, and when they announced it, it wasn't actually public yet. So check that out. Yes, Robert, like the YouTube channel, youtube.com/cordcuttersnews. Would really appreciate it. Really trying to grow that. Lisa, that Amplex internet provider, I haven't actually heard of them. I haven't tested them. I haven't even talked to them. So I can't recommend them, or I can't not recommend them. I just don't know anything about them. So just kind of change the subject. Got this at the Texas Rangers Museum. And it's a really good cup. I've never had one of these before. I saw it, kind of liked it. These metal cups with plastic lids actually really work. They're pretty nice. Best Buy had a Premiere Plus for $88 the weekend. I finally got one. Excellent picture quality, even on non-4K. Yeah, Fire TV is not bad at all. Let's see here. Keep the questions coming. Had to look at one thing. Bear with me. I apologize. I hate giving dead air, but it happens sometime. Bill, yes, Fubo TV does not have ESPN, which is kind of a downside. It's a really nice sporting service if it gets ESPN. Set TV is not a legal service. No. If it sounds too good to be true, and Set TV definitely sounds too good to be true. Chris MacLee, I don't think I ignored you. I just didn't see your question. Repost it, and I will do my best to answer it. I'm getting a lot of buffering on the PlayStation View on my Roku. Anyone else? No, I have that 40 down, no buffering. Check your Wi-Fi network and the signal strength on your one. Nope, Duke, excuse me. There's no DirecTV Now news today. Sorry. Why doesn't Roku have an off or sleep option? It does. You just go back to the home screen and it will go to sleep on its own. Roku's pulls almost just a fraction of the power compared to your cable boxes. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. It will just go to sleep if you exit the home screen after like a minute. Mohu Airwave, do we have a firm release date? No. I'll kind of pester Mohu about that next time I talk to him. PlayStation View and Sling and DirecTV Now require a little bit higher speed than others like Netflix. Netflix can work on much lower speeds than PlayStation View. So that could be why. Yes, Canada has been seeing a steady growth there, Doris, in cord cutting. So it's good to see Canadians joining on the cord cutting bandwagon. It won't let you copy and paste. Well, just retype your question. I just didn't see it. I apologize. So keep the questions coming, and we'll do our best to answer them. Hopefully, helping everybody get the most out of their cord cutting experience today. So is the Fire TV jailbreak illegal? Well, basically, when people are selling a jailbreak and they're promising all these movies and TV shows, yes, that's not illegal. That's piracy. And as they say, no one's getting in trouble now. Well, people who are selling them are starting getting in trouble. And I'm sure they'll love to get to the end users, just like they did during the Napster's days. So just because today you may think, I can get away with this, they won't care, doesn't mean that they won't care here in a few weeks and come and get you. Do you ever review TVs and the latest TV tech, Samsung's OLED? I have reviewed some TVs. If Samsung would like to send me one to review, I'll be happy to. Problem with reviewing things like the Samsung QLED, it's expensive. And Cord Cutters News doesn't make a ton. Unless you want to donate, patreon.com/CordCuttersNews. We'll take $1. That'll help go to that kind of stuff. Many things I review, I buy. Some are sent. But when you're talking about, $800, $1,000 TV, the return on it, buying that for review is just not there. And I have a family to support, so I gotta kind of think about some of that when it comes into buying. I mean, some of these TVs that they're coming out with are like $2,000, and it's like I would love to review that $2,000 TV. There's no way I will make $2,000 back on that review. So, is there a big improvement from an attic mount to a roof mounted? There would be a little bit of an improvement there, but typically, no. Unless you have a metal roof. If you have a metal roof on your house, then yes, you have to be above that. If you have a wooden standard shingled roof, being in the attic won't be a problem. Do you have any say on whether DirecTV Now will do the promo again? I do not expect them to do that promo again. I think that is done, never to come back. So if you have the promo now, don't lose it, because DirecTV Now is not likely to bring back the promo. I have a Roku TV one room and Apple TV another. OTA, Sling, and Hulu. Tableau or TiVo? Keep the cost low. If you're looking to keep costs low, Tableau is a much cheaper option than TiVo. Cheaper monthly, cheaper upfront. Typically, there's a few lower end versions of TiVo that are cheaper, but then again, you still have to pay a lot of upfront. iStream is not legal. Couple of things there. If they were legal, they would be advertising everywhere. Two, they try to claim that, well, we buy DVDs, so that makes us legal. But I posted about this recently. VidAngel tried the same thing, and they were in the U.S. And it kind of came down to the courts ruled and said, no, that's not legal. You cannot do that. So unfortunately, iStream is not a legal service. Think about it too. If they were legal, you would probably see ads for them, right? They did an interview with this one site once, and they said, well, one of the owners is in Vegas area. One of them is in Canada. They're registered in France as a business, and they have their servers in some unknown location. That's kind of a hint that this is probably not a legit company. Yes, Duke, those 2 channels have not been added yet, but they're coming soon. How can we truly cut the cord without having access to channels without paying for them? Well, Anthony, cord cutting is not about getting everything for free, but there is a lot of free content. There's free streaming services like Crackle. There's free services like Tubi, and there's an antenna to watch over-the-air TV. Cord cutting is not about getting everything free. If that's what you're here for, I hate to break it to you. We're about breaking free of long-term contracts and overpriced TV. If you really want ESPN, $20. There you get it. You get ESPN and like 30 other channels, I think now. But we're not here to show you how to get everything for free. William, we got a winner. I actually emailed them. I haven't heard back. Maybe they emailed me and just missed it. I'll have to go back and check. I'll have to see. I'm waiting for the winner to get back to me. I give a week for that. Do you know Vidgo service is still planned to launch? Yes, everything I hear is Vidgo is still in the works. No new information on that. Does Nvidia Shield get the same games as PlayStation 4 and Xbox? No, but they're getting a growing lineup of games. In your opinion, who has the best streaming service? Of what category there? And honestly, here's my thing. For live TV, I get this. Which one's best? It really comes down to they all kind of work about the same level. DirecTV now had a really rough launch, but they're getting better. Who has the channels you want? Everybody wants different channels. So really hard. If you're a Pac-12 fan, obviously you're going to get Sling. They're the only ones with the Pac-12 network, and so on. Big Ten Network fans are not going to want to get Sling because they don't have the Big Ten Network, and so on. So get the one that has the channels that you want. What will be the best digital antenna for cord cards? I recommend 3 brands: Mohu, Antenna Direct, and Turk Antennas. Go to antennarecommendations.com, enter your address, see what kind of antenna you need, and then look for one of those brands. Any idea when Sling DVR will be active on the Air TV? No, the CEO of Sling did come out and say it's in the works. They're working on it. So hopefully soon that'll come to Air TV. I have the Air TV sitting on that table back there. I've been playing around with it. I really like it. Pluto TV is a great option too for free stuff. Better for sports streaming on View. Roku stick or Fire Stick? Oh, I think the Roku stick's a little bit better, and when it's actually streaming, people like the menu better on the Fire Stick. So I think the quality of stream though on PlayStation View is better on Roku. It seems to be more stable. It seemed to have less issues jumping back and forth trying to get between channels. If you're like me, especially during college football, you're jumping between 3 or 4 channels. Even though the interface is kind of ugly, on Roku it does seem to work better. Any news on the time of adding? No. Okay, yeah. For DirecTV Now for the OAN network, no, I don't know that. Sorry. They have not announced an exact date. They said in the coming weeks. So hopefully by the end of May. Level 3, I don't really consider Level 3 a cord cutting service. They're basically a cable service. They call themselves a cable service, the next generation of cable, and they charge cable prices, and they have contracts, all kinds of stuff. So I don't really consider that cord cutting. Any chance again services like MeTV, Heroes, Icons, etc. on a streaming service? Some are. Some are launching their own apps to stream for free, so hopefully they keep doing that. There are a $5 off Sling for American Express customers. Correct. You can get $5 of your American Express customer off. All right. Let's keep the questions coming. Please subscribe, though. YouTube.com/CoreCarsNews. Twitter @CoreCarsNews. Love to have your subscription. It really does help us get those numbers higher. Does the Roku stick or Fire Stick both offer 60 frames per second? Yes, they both will, but not on all channels. 60 frames per second are typically only on sports channels. So check that out. I only have about 10 more minutes. Unfortunately, the reason why we're looking at since there's so many more people here, next week there will be no Q&A. I have to go to the National Association Broadcasters Convention. It's a pretty cool convention. I've never been there before, but all the bigwigs are going to be there, and I'm meeting with a lot of companies. I look forward to showing it to you. I'm going to be walking the show floor. This time I've worked hard to set up a lot of time to be on the show floor as versus just on the meeting with people. At CES last year, I got caught up in a lot of meetings. While those meetings were really productive, I'm kind of looking forward to being on the show floor. But that's happening during the time of this typical Q&A. So no Q&A next week. I may do one more at this time frame, but we're kind of looking at having to go to maybe move this back to an 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm really not sure there. So keep that in mind. Watch the social media. If I move this time, I'll make a post on the site and on social media. But next week, no Q&A because of the NAB show, but tons of cool content will be there. And then the week after that, maybe one more at 7, but I'm going to look at maybe moving it back an hour. My wife's work is changing a little bit, and that's forcing us to move things back. So questions, comments, keep them coming in. I'll try to get a few more. Got about 10 minutes here. Things are just kind of crazy, but I'm going to keep doing my best to answer it. Roku TV, Hisense or TCL? Well, Hisense is, let me reconfirm that this is the right brand. I would hate to say this is the one. I think, is it Hisense the brand? That. See, your Sharp is no longer making, yeah, okay. I believe it's Hisense. I can't remember it. I would recommend TCL. One of the TCL brands is going to stop manufacturing Roku TVs. Now, Roku has said if you buy one of those TVs, they're going to support it forever. Because that's the nice thing about buying a Roku TV, a Fire TV, an Android TV, Smart TV, is it's not up to the manufacturer if it continues to get support. It's up to Google, Amazon, or Roku. But Element is going to replace them in the lineup. So basically, I think it's Hisense is going to move. I believe it is Hisense. It's going to move outside the United States and start selling mostly out there. Where the Element brand is going to kind of pick up the U.S. market on that. TCL is quickly becoming one of the top 10 largest. It is one of the top 10 largest TV manufacturers. I've been very pleased with their quality. That would be the brand I recommend. So I would get TCL on that. Which streaming service will be biggest in 5 years? James, it's hard to say. I know everybody's gonna say, well, I like this, I like that. I think in 5 years, live TV services are gonna be very different. We don't know what they're gonna look like, so we're gonna have to wait and see. Is the Amazon Video app available yet in the Air TV? I have not heard that yet. I'll do some digging. Yes, on Sling TV, the Turner Classic Movie TCM channel does have a huge collection of on-demand movies included in that too. Any reason, explanation why my first generation Fire TV still hasn't updated the last interface? No, but they say it's coming, it's rolling out. I was under the impression all of them had it. Keep waiting. Doesn't really add anything. There's nothing you're missing there other than slightly different graphical interface. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate your support. This is a pretty amazing community, and everybody here helps make it pretty amazing, and I really appreciate everybody's support. And the kind words really go a long way. You can pause live TV and Roku TVs, yes. You just need to have a USB stick on there, and you can get 90 minutes of pause and play of live TV, which is pretty cool. It's not a DVR. But it is a free pause play, so it's very nice if you're watching something you want to quickly jump back a few seconds and see what just happened in a football game, create your own replay. That's nice. It does, when you do it now, you can set it to do the auto captions at the bottom to kind of let you know what the captions are, so check that out. Well, I got about 5 more minutes, and we're going to do this, and I apologize about cutting this short, but this is the reason why we're going to move the time back, so we don't have to cut this short in the future, and because my daughter is not going to be able to entertain herself. She's not by herself out there. We have an exchange student living with us, and who's a teenager and hanging out with her, but it's not her job to watch her, so I got to cut this short soon because my wife's not back from work yet. Does PlayStation View have playback issues on second generation Fire TV? I find the PlayStation View app is slightly better performing on second generation, but not crazy so. Well, Tableau finally yesterday. How many Rokus can a 2-tuner Tableau? Well, you can, it'll connect as many as you want. It can have 2 tuners means 2 live streams at once. So 2 at once is right there. 4-tuner can do 4 at once. But I have it connected to like 10 devices. I just don't have more than 2 running at once. And really, how many times, even if you have a big family, do you want to all be watching something different on live TV? Well, there's been a lot of news. Go to Cord Cutters News. News is definitely not a standstill. One of the busiest weeks I've had in a long time with cord cutting. So, have a lot of big news tomorrow. So, check back tomorrow. But cordcuttersnews.com, find out a lot of cord cutting related news. All right. Oh, thank you, Robert. Seems like news. Yep. So, last call for questions, comments. If you have them, drop them now. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up a little early. I got to finish some breaking news I'm going to work on for tomorrow. And then continue to get everything done for the site. Now, I'm joking with all the... I wish. Paul, if you want to be one, those $27 a month, unfortunately, don't cover the cost of a nanny. But if you want to help us, patreon.com/CordCuttersNews, donate $1. Really appreciate it, because like going to this convention next week, while it's going to be really great, going to have a chance to build a lot of relationships with companies in the industry and give you guys and ladies all kinds of great coverage of all the great cord cutting related things coming up. It's not cheap. Plane tickets from Texas to Vegas aren't cheap. Hotel rooms in Vegas aren't cheap. Eating in Vegas isn't cheap. And so on. So really would appreciate it. Patreon.com/CordCuttersNews if you'd like to donate $1. Is there a way to go mobile with OTA? I have locals on Time Warner Cap. Yeah, Tableau is probably the best way right now. If you have a Tableau app, you download down here, you sync it, and you can take your content wherever you go. So I can watch, if I'm in Vegas, I can watch my antenna here back in the US. It's a pretty cool feature. I do find, though, I rarely do that. If you think about, if I'm traveling, I'm typically staying in hotels, and my locals are there. If it's a sports event, for instance, Watch ESPN is available with pretty much every streaming service now. I can watch my ABC. NBC has an app that streams the games on NBC for free. CBS does it on their website. I don't know. I rarely do it, but the Tableau on your antenna will stream it no matter where you are. So check that out. All right. Well, why don't I have... Facebook's being very annoying today when it comes to comments. Let me refresh this whole page. Stream end, Paul, I don't know the question there. If both watching one channel tuner, yep. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate your work. Thank you, Lori. So, yep, answer that. With the Mohu Airwave, how will you be able to DVR? I don't think the Mohu Airwave will have a DVR right now. Those VPN ones, that would break the terms of service, and they've been cracking down on that. Many services have been blocking people using VPN. So wouldn't get it with hopes of doing that, because you may pay money just to find out it doesn't work. I use VPN when I travel. I have it on my laptop, mostly for privacy, but yeah, wouldn't recommend it that way. All right, let me quickly scan. We're going to wrap this up. Again, please subscribe. YouTube.com/CordCuttersNews, Twitter.com/CordCuttersNews or @CordCuttersNews, and Patreon.com/CordCuttersNews if you want to donate to help keep this site open. And running and helping us to go to more conventions and other places. So, all right, well, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't see any new questions coming in. Thank you Willis, I appreciate everybody's support. Traffic on the site's been great. You all have been amazing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your backing. I'd like to say, see you next week, but I won't be here next week now. I'll see you in 2 weeks. To watch the site next week, I'm going to be at the NAB show, National Association of Broadcasters. They're going to have their very first ever cord-cutting sub-convention inside their big one. This is where like Disney and ESPN and Comcast and Time Warner and all those big names in the industry, they come and rub elbows, and I have been invited and I am going, and I'm going to rub elbows and try to find out what's new in the world of cord cutting. So I will see you all next week. I'll try to bring back some new news about cord cutting, and maybe I'll bring back some swag and we'll do another giveaway. We'll wait and see. Take care, everybody.